Today we're checking out this AFE Magnum Force Stage 2 cold air intake with a Pro 5R oiled filter in black for the 2012 to 2014 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. If you want a quicker throttle, a little more turbo sound, and a cleaner engine bay without a tune, then this setup is a solid bolt-on option that is definitely worth checking out. Right away, the key feature here is going to start with the Pro 5R filters. This is washable, reusable, oiled cotton filter with very deep pleats, so it pulls in more air and still traps dirt along the way. You can clean it, re-oil it, and run it again, so it's essentially a lifetime product. You're also gonna get smooth intake tubes and a box that helps keep hot engine air out away from the filter. That means cooler air, better response, and a bit more power that you can feel in the mid-range especially. Folks tend to swap for this when your stock intake feels a little bit choked up, or you want more turbo whistle, or even the factory paper filter getting a little bit pricey, having to rebuy them over time. With this intake, you'll notice a snappier pedal feel, a little better passing power, and a nicer sound when you decide to get on it. When it comes to the construction on this, both the intake tubes and the heat shield are going to be molded for smooth flow and heat resistance, while the filter uses multi-layer cotton gauze that seals tight into the housing. Clamps, couplers, and all the hardware is going to be included, and the fit is made to line up with the factory mounts so it sits solid and doesn't rattle in that engine bay. The whole setup is built to handle those daily driver heat cycles and the harsh environments of the engine bay. As far as the pricing goes on this, it's coming in right in that low $600 price range. So for a name brand intake with a reusable filter and all the parts coming in the box ready to install, that is a pretty good value if you want a real upgrade over your stock without going too overboard. When it comes to the install on this one, it's gonna get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this job done in 1 hour of your time right there at home in the driveway. Now let's see exactly how this install goes with a quick video from one of our AmericanTrucks customers.
These are all the tools that I used in the build here. Literally the only 3 things you need. You don't even need all of this. You can literally do it all with a screwdriver. You don't need all of this. This just makes it a little easier to tighten, and you don't need to use this. I used it for grabbing a couple things that I needed to grab, but that's basically all you're gonna need to do. Hey guys, we're gonna be go ahead and taking out our old intake here. We're gonna be replacing it with an AFE cold air intake. We've got a twin turbo V6 in here. It's the EcoBoost. It's a 2012 F-150. XLT, Super Crew Cab, that really don't matter. We're just gonna show the intake, and I'm just gonna show you guys what we're doing today. First things first, whenever you do it, is we're going to disconnect the map sensor. So obviously it's just this little sensor here that's just a little tight to get out. There's a little arrow on top here showing you where you push down here, and that just comes right off. We're going to set this off to the side so it doesn't dangle too much. That is a very important part. We won't disconnect this yet. So we're going to go ahead and loosen these hose clamps here to go ahead and get this main part off, the vacuum. I'm going to be using a ratchet with a, forgot what bit I grabbed. I think it's the 8mm bit. And I'm going to go ahead and just start loosening things up. It's very, very loose already. Just kind of touched it before to make sure it was the right bit on this one. Alright, we don't need to fully take it out. We're just going to get it to where we can remove the vacuum off of the deal here. It's pretty loose. This could be loosened a little more. Alright, this all should just start coming apart here. It's going to be a little finicky to get off because, you know, they don't want you taking it apart. There's one disconnected. I'm going to loosen this by my finger here. Can't tell if there's a hose clamp. There is a hose clamp down here too for this one. I thought there was. Of course, Ford decided to put it back here where nobody's going to be able to see it. You could just step back. basically what I'm doing here is trying to get back and loosen this up. Ford tried to hide the hose clamp for us because, you know, all their part is just to get it to us. They're not too worried about what we're doing aftermarket wise. Might have to go and get me a flathead screwdriver to get it out. It'll be a little easier. Be right back. See if we can go ahead and get this loosened up here. So I had started loosening it, and I'm magical. All right. I think we've got it enough. Let's see. There she goes. She's slowly coming. She's a little tight. There we go. All right, that's disconnected. I'm gonna loosen this one up just a little bit more. Keep doing that. You can just loosen it up further. So you could do all of this super easy at home. You buy something off of AmericanTrucks. They will tell you and talk you through it if you need to. They have great customer service. So we go ahead and get the vacuum out. This is just kind of the connector to get towards the down piping and to your air box here. So, I mean, it's a little tight, but that's kind of what you want whenever you get OEM parts, because whenever they make it in the factory, they're not planning on you to take it apart, but we want to go fast. Now we've got the OE intake clamps, 8mm driver, did all that. Top portion of the OE air box, we'll go ahead and do that. Just should be this little clips right here. And this will just come straight out. This has got our filter on there. Not as dirty as I was thinking. That wasn't that bad. But we're gonna go ahead and take this, set this aside. We've obviously got new filters. Pre-assemble AFE house, and then remove the OE intake and top OE air box by pulling straight up and out. Wade did that. Pre-assemble the AFE housing. Insert both AFE filters through the housing. All right, I'll grab that real quick. All right, we got our oil filters here. Okay, I'm gonna set these here as long as they do not fall. All right, pre-assemble the AFE housing. Insert both AFE filters through the housing. I'm assuming you probably take off these hose clamps, put them back on. Yeah, this is a little backwards. It'll be like this on the inside, but I'm just kind of looking to see if it'll fit through. Yeah, so I'll take this, sit this through here. This just looks like it squeezes on through. Of course, it's oiled too. It's a little bit better performance, a little more maintenance on oiled filters because you got to oil them and get the other oiled filters. So, I mean, is it worth the hassle? Maybe, maybe not. You make your decision on that without falling out. I'm going to tighten this down just so it stays here for a second. I'm not going to fully tighten it. I'm just going to barely sit it on there just so it doesn't come off. And just to hold her here, make sure she's not going to go anywhere. Alright, and then I'm going to do the other one the exact same way. I'm going to put the pretty side up. Sit you right there. I'm going to turn the pretty side up here. Alright. Alright, let's see. Do not filter, do not tighten, blah, blah, blah. Install the seal trim. I'll grab that. Around the housing. Now, I've not put this in all the way yet. I'm just kind of sitting it in place because it's really my only place. I don't have any desk outside here for us. So we're going to kind of just line her up here. If I can get this to sit here, just a little easier. As far as I know, what this is for is to, let's see what it's called here. I forgot the name of it. It's the trim around it, around the edges of the housing. I mean, as far as I know, this is, I just feel like it's supposed to be the other direction. I really do. But these are literally closing on themselves. So this is the right way. This is holding it onto here, okay? So trying to get this piece off, they say use a T20 bit. We got her out. Next step. So this says AFE power on it. If you want, we'll go ahead and bring this over here because I've got to kind of have this on a table so I can do it. All right. We got all of our parts. That's our old. This is the new. This, pretty straightforward. Looks like it just sits in here. I will seat this in right there. I'm assuming with a little bit of pressure, she should just slide right in. I say a little bit of pressure, but I'm definitely pushing harder than I'd like to. There she goes. She's starting to go in now. All right. I will take this and you'll install this back in to hold it in place. We'll go back to the engine. Diagnosis here. They give you a different bit here, and let's just see. I doubt that it's the same size here now. I'll have to get a different socket for it, but we'll just tighten this bad boy on. I'll be right back. I'll go ahead and find my baby again, because it likes to close on me. All right, install the map sensor on the front of the AFE intake tube. Done that. Super easy, first try. Let's see here. Install the small straight coupling on the crossover tube. Install clamps, but do not tighten. All right, I'll grab that while my cameraman holds this right here so it doesn't keep flipping on me. Right now, you guys won't see what I'm doing here. I'm just loosening the hose clamps to get around it. You're not really missing anything. I'm just gonna put it back on over it so I can get it onto here a little easier. They were gonna fit easy just fine. I'm just making it a little quicker for myself here. All right, we've got those on here now. Now, they are saying that we will take this piece here, if I orientate it the way they've got it here, it sits like this, and this will sit on here. So I'm assuming it's gonna go in and it'll be sitting here on this. So this goes on where they've got it there. Might have to loosen the hose clamp a little bit. Probably just take it off and put the hose clamp on after if I would have been a smart person, but that's okay. Line this up here. That's gonna sit there probably like that. So yeah, that'll look good. We'll turn this hose clamp here. On vent, installs a 3/8 inch vent plug. That is this here. On the rear tube. So that's gonna go here. Just like how they have in that picture. All right, got that plug on now. Install the AFE housing on top of the lower portion of the OE housing. That's gonna be over there. Clamp down using factory airbox clips. All right, we will do that in just a second. Let me set this stuff down so I got some hands. All right, so now we're getting to this part. We're starting to put things back together. This is gonna slide in there nicely. This is going to just get pulled back over so it don't move around. Obviously, you don't want your intake falling out while you're driving, or using the good induction power that we're getting from this. Okay, make sure she's set in there nice. A little bit of pressure. She ain't going anywhere. That or I'm just not strong. All right, so next it's gonna say clamp down using, that was what we just did. Install the larger reduction coupling on the driver's side running. Clamp down, but do not tighten. That's number 8, so that one's here. So let's see here. install the smaller reduction coupling. That would be this one, I believe. And that points down to here. I think we need to loosen her up a little bit. They come pretty tighter so they don't fall off, because if you loosen up a hose clamp, it ends up coming off. So that's gonna just fit around it. I'll probably just loosen it all the way and then tighten it back around it. It says clamp down, but do not tighten. So I'm gonna completely loosen that off there. Just sit that there. It says clamp down, but do not tighten. So we will go ahead and clamp down. It says smaller. What size are they wanting? 5063. Let me make sure this is what they want me to use here. Because if this is the smaller one, then what they're wanting. Oh, that was supposed to be the larger one. Then the smaller one is number 9, and that one goes up top. Aha, I read it backwards. Yeah, I knew something was off, but you know, figuring out what's off, not my specialty. All right, we'll sit this up here for now, because we'll have to have that for putting stuff back together. And let's see here. Clamp down, but do not tighten. We'll just sit that there so we can slide pieces on. Alright, install the front AFE intake tube with the map sensor. Slide into coupler side before installing to the filter side. Do not tighten clamps. Okay, well, we're going to start grabbing our, we're going to need these as well, as long as they don't fall. It's going to sit like this. We want label or no label? We'll go label. Show the label. It's AFE power. Let's take this. I'll finish tightening this down here in a second. I'm just going to feel around, making sure that this clamp is sitting on there securely. I've done this for all of them. Just kind of going around, and you want it tight to an extent. You don't want it to where there's too much pressure on anything, but you want enough that it's going to be airtight, because you don't want to leak. Everything seems to be fitting in there good. Now we got to, I'm assuming what they're going to tell us is to plug in the map sensor. All right, let's see here. Install that, clamp down, but do not tighten. We've went through that part. Install the front AFE tube with the map sensor. Slide into that. We got to that. Install the rear AFE tube. Install the coupler side. Installing filter side. Do not tighten clamps. Slide to small straight coupling from the front AFE intake tube across the rear tube. And then that would be here. And then adjust both tubes if needed. Then tighten down all clamps with an 8mm nut driver. So I didn't even need to guess, but I got it first try, so it didn't matter. Note if there is contact with the coolant reservoir vent hose. This hose can be trimmed for extra clearance. Coolant reservoir. The hose contact can be trimmed. Nope, no contact. We're good. There's enough room. It stands up tall. Across rear tube, that was already there. All right. Reconnect the vacuum line to the rear AFE tube. That's down here. We did that. And then reconnect the map sensor harness. So that is going to be here. This plugs in. This slides right on. This clips back up.
All right, well that wraps up our review and install of the AFE Magnum Force Stage 2 cold air intake with a Pro 5R oiled filter in black for the 2012 to 2014 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. And for all things F-150, keep it right here at American Trucks.